Be sure to subscribe to TWiGames.com via RSS, iTunes, YouTube, and Twitter. That's TWiGames.com.
2010 has begun, and with it, the excitement of announcements, meltdowns, hype trains, and fail whales. First up, we're going to give our most anticipated games of the year, and we're going to discuss games that we think are going to be disappointing. Brian, how about you go first? Because the real list, which is my list, we'll save the best for last.
Well, Rich, because I'm Korean, I got to start with StarCraft 2, World of Warcraft Cataclysm, because I'm going to get back into it, Super Mario Galaxy 2, woohoo! Last Guardian, don't have to say anything, and Mass Effect 2, because my old man Shepard has to save the galaxy.
Brian, I gotta say, I'm not surprised one bit by your list.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit. You couldn't have thrown like something out there that would have, taken me by turn. Come on, Brian.
This isn't the Impress Rich list. This is the actual list.
Whatever. It's a good list, Brian, but mine's better. First up, I got God of War 3. I mean, that's not a surprise. If you watch the show, you know that God of War 3 is obviously one of my most anticipated games of the year. Up next, we have Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 1 is still in my backlog. Haven't played it yet. But that's how good this game looks. BioWare saying it's their best game yet. I'm all for it.
You're all on the hype train, huh?
Why not, man? I'm on the hype train. I hope it's not a fail whale, though.
Yeah.
Huh? But up next, I have Jaffe's new game, whatever it may be. It's heavily rumored to be a new Twisted Metal, which would be mind-blowing. I love Twisted Metal. To have it online with like experience points and all that stuff, sign me up. Up next, The Last Guardian. If this game comes out in 2010, it is my most anticipated game of the year. However, I don't think it'll make 2010, at least in the US. If it doesn't make 2010, it's still my most anticipated game of the year because there's going to be some type of a demo or preview or something. I don't care. And then up last, Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Yes.
If that comes out in 2010, we haven't even seen a trailer for it. If it comes out in 2010, then oh my God, sign me up right now. If that doesn't come out in 2010, I'm going to throw up StarCraft 2 on my list.
Oh, so you did top 8? You don't know how to count?
Actually, Bri, if you listen to what I said, there were 5 there, with one stipulation.
Anticipation is great and everything, but I got a couple games here that I don't think are actually going to be good, and it's got massive hype, and that's Final Fantasy 13, Mag, and Alan Wake. Alan Wake especially because that game's been in development for, what, like 6 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Either something's wrong, or it's not working.
I agree, actually, with 2 of those games. Final Fantasy 13.
Whoa,
yes,
you're on my Final Fantasy 13?
This may surprise you because I've been telling you that I am getting hyped for it, but I got to tell you, I'm setting myself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
I am. I mean, just based on, the minor things that I've heard about it, I'm setting myself up for disappointment. I think it's going to be one of those games where like 30 hours in, it's going to be a chore for me to actually beat it.
I heard there's not towns? There's no like town interaction?
No towns. I love towns in JRPGs.
Yeah, and the best part about Final Fantasy towns is you always go to one that's way too happy.
Yeah.
And it's somber because you know it's going to be destroyed.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, I'm going to come back here and everyone's going to be crying. Oh, my kid's dead.
You run up to each person. There's always that one family with the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
guys. We just got married and everything's happy and we're going to get killed later.
Exactly. Like, that's going to be a huge piece that's missing. Alan Wake. I mean, I was actually hyped for that game to the extent of like a Heavy Rain. Like, oh, they're making an adult-oriented, mature game. Then I saw the gameplay at E3.
Resident Evil.
Guys walking around with a flashlight and like, I mean, Then I have Dead Space 2. I loved Dead Space. After reading the new Game Informer article, I'm very disappointed already in Dead Space 2. I think it's going to be a huge disappointment. And lastly, Brian, Resistance 3. Now, I know, a few episodes back, I said that I was hyped for Resistance 3.
Yeah.
And the reason being, is that because Insomniac took it to heart, all the criticism of 2, they're going to come back with a bang on 3. But you know what? After just sitting down thinking about it, after 2, I don't see where they can take the series. I still think it's just going to be kind of a generic FPS, and I think Insomniac needs to move on from Resistance. I really do.
You didn't enjoy the boss fight where there's a huge guy stomping around the city and you shot him with 3 rockets?
No, I didn't enjoy that, Brad. I didn't enjoy that. I mean, from a multiplayer standpoint, there's going to be so many FPSs at the end of this year that I think Resistance 3, I don't know what they can do
to stand out.
Yeah, to stand out. I just don't know.